Good evening. We will see how this goes. I've been revising my class just a little bit, just tweaking it ever so slightly. I hope that it is beneficial if you're wanting to try it. I highly recommend it. Hopefully, the fan's not too loud over here in the corner. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started and hit play on my audio. We will start our practice tonight in the corpse pose. Setting our intention for this practice, focusing on what you want to bring into your life and what you're needing to let go of in order to allow that change and shift. We'll hold the corpse pose for a minute while setting our intentions. And then we will prepare to do 5 deep belly breaths, hands on your tummy like you are filling a balloon with air or you are 9 months pregnant, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth 5 times. And now we will continue to hold the corpse pose for another minute. And now we will rotate our neck slowly to the right, then back to neutral, then slowly to the left side, and back to neutral. Now we're going to do 3 B breaths with your fingers on your eyes and your thumbs on your ear cartilage, pressing down on the tragus, closing off the airway to the ears. We will hum low pitch 3 times. In through the nose and out through the nose. And when we're done with that, we'll hug our right knee for a full minute, paying attention to the micro movements. Just hug that knee into your chest, feeling where there might be any tension in your body, doing a complete body scan from head to toe, and just releasing and relaxing. Prepare to reach for your strap. And then when you have your strap, you can get the ball of your right foot into that strap and straighten out your leg. You have an option here to engage your foot, flexing the heel, rotating the ankle, pointing the toes. Then we'll pull that leg closer to the chest. You can have a slight bend in your knee if you wish. You can move it around from bent to straight. And then we're going to hold that right leg out to our right side, either with or without the strap, for a half a straddle. Hold that half straddle. And then set this leg back down onto the mat. Switching legs to hug your left knee. Hug your left knee in tight for a full minute. Again, do a full body scan. Anywhere where you find tension, just release, relax, and let it go. And again, paying attention to those micro movements. Reaching for the strap and getting your left foot, getting the strap onto the ball of your left foot, straightening that leg. Again, you have the option of engaging your foot, flexing the heel, rotating your ankle, and pointing your toes. And then just pulling that leg a little closer to your chest. Again, you can bend the knee, you can straighten the knee, a little bit of both. Then we'll hold that left leg to the left side, again with or without your strap for the half straddle. then release that leg back down to the mat. With both legs stretched out straight and long, stretch your arms straight up overhead. Now hug your right knee, and then with a bolster, place that knee onto the left side of your body to the supine twist. Arms are in a T. We will stay in the supine twist for a full minute, keeping your drishti over your right fingers. At any point, you have the option to use your left hand to apply light pressure to your right knee if you wish. That's annoying. Don't interrupt my yoga, fan. Now, after that minute, slowly turn your head to look to the left or opposite direction. Hold that there for 2 full breaths. Then slowly turn the head and neck back to neutral. Lower the right leg back to the floor, hugging in both of your knees together. Your head and neck towards your knees, rocking and rolling. And then lowering your right leg to the floor, hugging in your left knee. Bring that left knee across your body to the right side for the supine twist to the right with the bolster again and with your arms in a T. Keeping your gaze over your left fingers, we'll hold this pose for a full minute. Again, you can use your right hand at any point to apply light pressure to the left knee. After that minute, slowly turn your head to the opposite direction, holding for 2 breaths. Then back to neutral and lower that left leg back down to the floor, coming out of the twist. Then hugging both knees again, stretching that neck, rotating the ankles, engaging the feet, and flexing the heels. We'll now get into the butterfly position with the bolster under the knees. We'll reach our arms out to the sides, rainbowing them up overhead into the steeple grip. And we'll hold that steeple grip for 30 seconds. So annoying, that fan noise. I like having the fan though. Then slowly flap your butterfly wings back down, bringing your arms down to the sides. Hands or palms facing up. And slowly moving your arms back up to overhead, touching the fingertips to each other. With your arms overhead, outstretched, fingers and thumbs touching, stay in that butterfly pose for another half minute. And then we're going to do the tree pose on each side for a full minute. Bringing the one foot to the inseam of your inner thigh. And then simply switch that out with the other foot to the inseam of the inner thigh, still with our arms reaching overhead in prayer hands. Now reach for your strap, and with the strap on the balls of both feet, we will do legs up the wall for a full minute. Knees can be straight or bent slightly. You can rock, you can wiggle. You can bend one knee and then the other. It's up to you, yogi's choice. And when we're done, we'll place the strap next to us, hugging in our knees tightly to the chest, binding the fingers, rocking and rolling, massaging that low back into the mat. Then sit both feet flat on the floor, knees bent, maybe a block or a bolster between your knees. Fall both knees to the right side. We will hold this pose for 2 full minutes. Arms are in a T, focusing our gaze out over our left fingertips. You can close your eyes if you like. You can keep your gaze with your eyes open if you like. Just really feeling that stretch across your hip, just relaxing every part of your body. If you'd like to have a pillow or a bolster under your knees, that's fine too. Just really feel the stretch. Relax into it. Let gravity do the work for you. Now we'll slowly roll the head to look the other direction to your right. And then neutral. And then bring your legs back to neutral. We'll let both knees fall to the left side, gazing out over our right fingertips. Again, with the arms in a T and keeping our drishti out to the far right, or you can close your eyes as you relax into this stretch. Really relax into that stretch. After that 2 minutes, we will slowly turn our head to gaze to the left side. And slowly back to neutral. Knees to neutral. Feet flat on the back. And then laying your legs down flat and taking a break, relaxing into corpse pose. When you're ready, we're going to slowly flip over, turning to the left side or the right, to lay onto your front side. Rest your head on your hands laying on top of each other for about a full minute. Remembering what it is you want to cultivate during this practice. Now come up onto your elbows and forearms into the Sphinx, then hiking up your right knee with your right arm then out in front of you. With your left arm, you will thread the needle, making any adjustments for the pose that you need as you are getting yourself back into that supine twist. You can get your right hand onto your right hip. You can straighten out that right arm. Try laying it flat on the floor with both shoulders flat, or keep the right hand on that right hip. We'll hold this pose for a minute, and at any point you can use your left hand to apply slight pressure to your right knee, keeping your gaze out over your left fingertips. It should be right fingertips there. Feel the difference from the last supine twist, having gotten into this pose from an entirely different sequence of directives. Also feel the similarities along with those differences. When you undo your twist, rest your head on your hands, laying them on top of one another again for about a half minute. Then with bent knees, we will windshield wiper the feet and calves before coming back up onto your forearms and your elbows and your hands into that Sphinx pose again. Hike your left knee up to the left side with your left arm out in front of you. Thread your right arm through the needle, and then getting your left hand onto your left hip. Same as the other side. You can adjust yourself so that both your shoulders and arms are flat on the ground in a T, or simply keep your left hand on your hip. Again, you have that option to apply light pressure with the right hand on your left knee if you wish. Your drishti is out over your fingertips. We're going to hold this for a minute again. And when we're done coming out of the pose, we will again rest the head on the hands. And in an exaggerated motion, really windshield wiper the knees, loosening the hips out. Lower the feet to the ground, and then we'll send our hips back towards our feet into a wide leg child pose. Using a bolster or a pillow to rest the torso on, holding this position for a full minute. Really relaxing the torso, ragdolling the upper portion of your body, allowing gravity to do the work for you, and feeling the pillows support your body. Know that the earth and gravity will support your being completely. You can feel that support. And when we're done, we'll remove the props and then come to lie on the belly through a tabletop type of movement and back into Sphinx. On the forearms again, this time spreading your hands and your fingers out as wide as you can, and then turning your right forearm parallel with the top of your mat, reaching back with your left hand for your left foot and holding that half bow pose for just about 30 seconds. When you let go of that foot, again, rest your head on your hands, one hand on top of the other, and windshield wiper those feet, again, really moving your hips. And then the same thing on the other side, back into Sphinx, spreading your hands and your fingers out as wide as you can, and turning that left forearm parallel with the top of the mat, reaching back with your right hand to your right foot, and holding that for another 30 seconds. Then when you let go, both knees to the mat, and again, you'll send your hips back, sitting on your feet into a child's pose. You can rest your head on a block. Relaxing in that child's pose. Then we'll tiptoe our fingers towards the right corner of the mat, reaching for that corner. And walking those fingertips back to neutral. Then to the left edge of the mat, reaching towards the left corner. Feel that stretch on your rib cage, and then walk your fingers back to neutral. Come up into hero's pose, and then swing your legs around out in front of you for staff pose. Place a bolster, maybe some pillows stacked on top of your legs, and ragdoll your torso over your legs. Alternatively, you can use a strap on the balls of your feet for the same type of effect. We'll hold this for a full minute. Pushing your hips towards your feet, towards your toes. Again, allowing gravity to do the work for you and allowing your props to completely support the weight of your torso. And then we will remove the bolster and the props, keeping that left leg stretched out long and bringing the right foot to the inseam of the left thigh. Reaching for those left toes, holding for a half a minute. You could be holding those toes with your left hand and stretching your right hand over that left foot. And then come into a wide straddle and stretch, leaning forward for a moment before switching it out to the other side. Left foot to the inseam of the right thigh and reaching for the right toes. Again, your right toes might be in your right hand and stretching your left hand out over that foot. Now stretch both legs out to a wide straddle again. Leaning forward, reaching for your blocks in front of you, or you can rest your forehead on two blocks stacked. We'll hold this for a few breaths. And then we'll come into the seated butterfly, holding both of your feet, soles together with your hands, bending your neck and your heads and your head towards your feet. And then bringing your head up to neutral. We'll turn our head from side to side, to the right, and then neutral, to the left, and then neutral. Stretching the neck down, and then rolling the neck, and then a full circle in one direction, And then a full circle in the other direction. Back to neutral before dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. You have an option here to use a slight pressure with your right fingertips on your head, if you wish. Then back to neutral. Then drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Again, you can use that slight pressure with your left fingertips if you wish. And then back to neutral. And again, turn the head slowly, side to side, first to the right, and then to the left. And then back to neutral. Now we bring ourselves into a wide straddle, leaning forward, maybe using the blocks to reach and holding for a solid minute. You can also stack the blocks again to rest your forehead on. Then we can pick up the blocks and reaching over to the left foot, we can place blocks on either side of the foot, hands on the blocks, and hold. And place the blocks on the other side of on each side of your right foot, resting your hands on the blocks and holding for a few deep breaths. And then back to neutral. Our next pose will be bending our right knee over our left leg, which is out straight, twisting to the right and gazing to the back of the room, using the left elbow to leverage on the right knee. Slowly turn your gaze to the front of the room. And then slowly return your gaze to the back of the room. All while leveraging that left elbow on the right knee. Then simply switch sides, bend the left knee over the right leg out straight for another half minute, gazing towards the left to the back of the room. This time leveraging our right elbow on our left knee. And then slowly turning the gaze to the front of the room before slowly turning your drishti to the back of the room. Continuing that leverage with the right elbow on the left knee. And then back to butterfly for a half a minute, holding your feet together, pressing your knees to the floor. And now into Lord of the Fish, bending the right knee over the left knee that is also bent and twisting to the right. Right arm is back. Left elbow leverages against the right knee. Looking to the back of the room. Hold that for another half minute. And slowly turn the head to the opposite side. Gazes to the front of the room. And slowly back again. Now straighten both legs out for staff pose. Reaching your arms up to the sky. Steeple grip your fingers, reaching up tall. And then switch legs out for the other side. The left knee is over the right bent knee and twisting to the left, right arm leveraging against that left knee. Looking to the back of the room. Slowly turn that gaze to the front of the room and slowly return the gaze to the back of the room again. Then head back to neutral. And once again in that staff pose, legs out in front, we will do eagle arms. Turn around for eagle arms. Stretch, arms out to the sides in cactus or goalposts. And then our right elbow over our left elbow. Hands together, pushing elbows up slightly, bending the neck down. Then we'll bring our arms back out wide to cactus. And again, the eagle arms on the other side with the left elbow over the right. Again, pushing the elbows up slightly and bending the neck down. Then we'll stretch our arms out wide to the sides, bringing them overhead in a rainbow. to steeple grip, sitting tall, maybe a slight arch in the back, stretching slightly from side to side, and then straight up, and then bending forward, touching our toes. And then we'll lie down on our backs with feet flat on the mat, getting the left foot into the strap on the ball of the foot, placing your right foot over your left thigh for reclined pigeon. We'll hold this pose for an entire minute. I'm going to turn again. Bending the left knee is an option, so or you can see my straight, feet. Or playing between straight and bent. That's the reclined pigeon. Feel that stretch in your glute. Then we'll switch out our feet, getting the right foot into the strap with the left foot across the right thigh for reclined pigeon on the other side, and holding that for a full minute. Really feel that stretch. When you're done, both feet back to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. You can stretch that neck, you can rock, you can roll. And we'll put both feet back to the mat again with your right knee over your left knee and your legs falling to your right. We'll hold that for a minute with our arms in a T, gazing out over the opposite hand to the left. You can also close your eyes to rest them, keeping that stretch. Then slowly turn your head and neck to the right, the opposite direction, before coming back to neutral. Both feet flat on the mat, knees to chest, rocking and rolling. Both feet back on the mat again for the other side. Left knee over the right knee, falling the legs to the left side, holding for a full minute with your gaze over your right fingertips. You can keep your eyes open, you can close your eyes. Slowly we'll rotate the head to the left or the other side. And then slowly head is back to neutral. Hug your knees one more time, rocking and rolling, and then laying flat. Reach for a block for supported bridge. Feet flat on the mat, lifting your hips. Place a block under the small of your back on its lowest level. We will hold supported bridge for a full minute. Just really allow your body to relax. Thank your body for doing the stretches that you've asked it to do. Thank yourself for allowing yourself the time to do this practice today. And then while still with our backs, the small of our backs on the blocks, we will do legs up the wall again, with or without a strap this time, for another full minute. Removing the block, lower the legs, get yourself comfortable into corpse pose. We're going to stay in corpse for 3 full minutes. You can place a bolster under your knees if you like. You can cover yourself with the blanket if you like. Remembering what your intentions were that you set at the beginning of this class. What are you trying to cultivate into your life? What are you trying to relinquish from your life? After the corpse pose, you can either roll to one side or the other before you then push yourself up slowly. Or you have an option to rock slightly with your chin tucked, coming up onto both elbows and then into staff pose. Reaching up in that steeple grip, arching the back ever so slightly and leaning forward to touch the toes. Sitting upright and getting into easy pose with our hands on our knees, our pointer fingers to our thumbs. We will chant Om 3 times in a low pitch. Om. Then stretching the arms out wide, rainbowing them overhead to prayer hands. And then in efforts of acknowledgement of our insight and our wisdom, we will touch our thumbs or knuckles to the third eye on the way down to hands to heart, bowing to close and seal this practice. And so it is. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. Have a lovely, blessed day. All right, I'm going to just wrap this video up and load it to the YouTube channel so that anyone who'd like to do a yoga class can just play this. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.